Let's take a couple of moments and we'll check out Pioneer's MIXTRAX on the DEH-X6900BT. Even though your particular in-dash receiver may or may not have a CD slot across the top like this one, the on-screen and button operation is identical for the following Pioneer models: MVH-X580BS, DEH-X6800BS, DEH-X6900BT, DEH-X7800BHS, DEH-X8800BHS. So MIXTRAX can create a club-like atmosphere inside your car with cool DJ-style transitions and effects between songs and a pretty cool light show on the in-dash receiver. So to get started with MIXTRAX, I'm going to put some MP3 files on a USB thumb drive like this one, and we'll put that in right here. Now the system will switch to the USB source and begin to play a track. To fire up MIXTRAX, all I have to do is touch button number 3. And you can see we are getting some flashing lights and a light show on the display screen here. To skip to the next track, I can use the arrow keys. And I can change the information displayed on the screen by touching the display button. Now, let's check out some of MIXTRAX settings. With MIXTRAX on and fired up, I'm going to touch in on the volume control, and let's go to the MIXTRAX menu. Here's MIXTRAX, and we'll press enter. The first thing we see here is the short playback mode. So I'll press enter here. And this allows me to shorten the playback of any song to 1 minute, or we have some other adjustments here, 1.5, 2 to 3 minutes here, or we can switch that shortened playback completely off. So for right now, I like to hear the transitions between songs, so I'm going to shorten up the songs to 1 minute. It'll automatically then transition to the next song after about 1 minute of playtime. We'll press enter there, and we'll roll over to the next setting, which is the flashing area. We'll press in on the volume control here, and here we have the key and display area flashing, or we can get just the key area to flash, or we can choose to switch the flashing lights off completely. For right now, I like the flashing lights, so I want to see the key and display area flashing to the music. And we'll go back and roll over to the next setting, which is the flash pattern. And there are a ton of different patterns here to choose from based on the sound level, based on the low pass filter or the subwoofer output, or we have random patterns to choose from. And back around to sound level number 1. I'm going to choose sound level number 1 as my pattern. We'll press enter and roll over to the next setting, which is our display effects. Now this is information and flashing lights going on inside the display area. You can choose to switch that on or off. For right now, I'm going to leave that switched on. And over to our next setting, which is the cut-in effects. Right now, cut-in effects are switched on. I can switch them off here if I want. And the cut-in effects are the transitions, the audio transitions that we hear between songs. I like to hear those transitions, so I'll leave that switched on. And we'll roll over to the next setting, which is back around to our shortened playback mode. When you're done making your adjustments here, we can hit the band button to escape. When you're done enjoying MIXTRAX, you can switch it off with button number 3.